Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in, y'all. This is Tamieka's Den. I am Tamieka. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, of course, today we are back in full effect talking about Yellow Jacket season finale. We're going to break down episodes 8 and 9 because, of course, we didn't get to talk about 8 last week. But let me go ahead and bring my girls in before I continue to get into it. Hey Nita, is Nita your favorite Diva?
Hey, hey, hey.
I'm sorry, y'all. There's so much stuff up here on this
Hey
remote.
y'all. What's up, everybody?
Hey
Hi, Nita.
ladies. How are y'all feeling today?
Last week.
I know I'm excited to talk about these because baby, I wanted to get y'all opinions because honey, I was cursing out the TV last week. I was cursing out the TV this week.
Oh,
I was aggravated, child.
it was so many twists and turns with these two
Yes.
episodes, and the element of surprise is in both episodes. So, let's talk
So
about it.
I wanted to like kind of get y'all overall thoughts. Well, I guess first episode 8 since we didn't get to talk about that, and then like what you thought about the season as a whole. Like, are we feeling season 2 better? And we feeling it the same as season 1? Are we feeling it less?
Right.
And I guess we could wait to the end to give our rating, but I'm gonna let y'all go first.
But so episode 8,
mm-hmm.
this is when things is starting to get shaken up, and now we're gonna see how everything starts with how basically it looks like the Lord of the Flies to me at this part.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like all for it though. I'm liking to see the change. We're seeing how people became the person they are now in the now times.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm feeling it.
Yeah. Nita.
I liked it. I didn't love it. I was a little disappointed in a couple of little elements, and we'll get into them. But I was hoping more that we got some kind of revelation of the supernatural. Yeah, I was kind of let down with that. So yeah, but I enjoyed both episodes. Both episodes was good. I had those little nitpicks, but I liked it. I liked it. I'm mad again. And now we got the writer's strike, so we don't know when they're coming back.
Right. Let me just give a shout out to a couple people in the comments. Hey Daria, thank you for coming through. What's up, Cinnamon? Glad to have you. Hey Samara. Y'all let us know in the comments too what y'all thought about these daggone episodes. Hey Monica. Thank you for coming.
Hi,
Yeah.
Samara.
Happy Memorial Day, everybody. I don't know if y'all cooking out, but enjoy your food if you are. Yeah, so for me, child, like I said, I was cursing out both these episodes. I was a little disappointed with some of these things that was happening. It was aggravating my soul and my spirit. I want to jump through the TV a couple times. I know my neighbors was like, this daggone girl, if she don't stop screaming.
I was screaming at my TV too, though, because there was crazy stuff that was happening with episode 8. That whole chase girl.
Yeah. So, let's get into it and talk about it a little something. So, of course, we had started out with episode 8, child. She got beat so bad she was peeing blood. I said, dang.
Because she was giving her all them gut kicks. Remember how she was kicking her and stuff, and she kicked her in her back too. So she might have kicked her in her kidneys, where that's why it was like that.
Right. That's what
that was crazy
thinking.
to me.
Hey, Candy Love. What's up, Rick James? Yeah, that was really crazy.
Oh, that's what we was talking about earlier, right?
Yes.
Nita.
What did y'all think about this?
Yes. I want to know Nita's story because she didn't talk. She wasn't talking to us earlier with the whole mouth.
Oh my goodness. I was so shocked. I was like, what? And then what make it so bad is that it looked like it was so old.
Yep.
I was like, baby, what happened? Like, was it all a dream? I was like,
Yes, that was too much.
I couldn't understand. Baby,
Yeah,
she was
and
trying to eat it. I said, girl, no.
yes. Oh God,
Like,
I didn't get pictures of all of that because if y'all notice, when I be taking the screenshots, I didn't really even get too many from before in previous episodes when she's taking it out talking because I'm scared of mice. Child, I don't like them. I don't care if it's on the TV, and I can watch all different kind of horrors. But when it comes to the dad on mice, I'll be like, ah. And so to know she was talking with it all this time, and the thing was that I said, "You got to be kidding me!" And I was saying to Moochie, it's funny that Thaisa's always the one that seems to point out, like, you over here talking to a dead thing, girl. Like, this gotta go.
That's like the second time you went.
Yes.
And that's what we was laughing about because the first time, that's when Shauna made up Jackie's face and everything. She was like talking to Jackie, like Jackie was answering back. And now with this, she was actually playing with that mouse and was thinking it was running through her fingers. Right. She was doing all that. So to me, she must have been doing all like this with it. You know how somebody, let me show you so you can see my pencil. She was doing like this with it the whole time. Yeah, that was crazy. Because remember when we saw it, you actually saw a mouse.
Yeah,
it
right.
was crawling through her fingers. She was talking about taking it home to meet her baby cousin or her niece or whatever the case may be. So she was bugging out, yo.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like a hot mess with that. So, of course we got the adult ladies and child, what's her name? Now I'm forgetting their name. Shauna had to kind of let them know what the conversation with her husband was about and give them the breakdown, kind of put them up to speed. Of course, she wasn't really trying to fully put them up to speed. She more so was trying to let Ty and Misty know about it because they was the ones that had helped him with, her body. But of course, the other ones pretty much caught on like, what's going on? Y'all ain't telling us everything. And Van went and threw her damn keys. Like, what did y'all think about that whole thing with them?
Well, with this, I'm glad they all know how they met up there. As far as that, because I don't think at this time, what's her name? I don't think Lottie knew how they all met up, and she was finding out that there. So they know that Shauna was behind this whole thing. So now it's like your husband was the blackmailer. So I'm like, why? How they want to handle this broad? Because like you can't even trust her no more. She's kind of off her rocker too.
Yeah, all of them got issues. Every single last one. Is nobody that's exempt.
I feel like Van is the most sane one out of all of them, y'all.
Yeah, but Van a little cutthroat. I saw his last few episodes. I was like, Van.
Yeah, they definitely, because they got to find out more of what Misty did, and she was saying, well, I did it to protect y'all. Then they was finding out more of the craziness, that Shauna did. I said, yeah, all of y'all need to be locked up, to be honest. Hey, Savannah, I see you over on Facebook.
Savannah.
I saw that too.
With the conversation that Coach has with Natalie, he kind of remembers Javi and the drawing and the fact of him singing, like, she told me to stay hidden, and he thinking more of it. And I think he thought about like where this tree was at or something like that. He went to go look in the, either one of y'all want to break this scene down? Because I was like, listen, Coach is surprising me. He hanging in there longer than I thought he would. And
but you know what it is? I had put out a theory video, but it was before this. So people was thinking I saw this part already, but I didn't. But I feel like with this thing, he is showing the will to live. And he that's why he was making his his crutches a little fatter so it can track through the snow better. So he's like, once he did that, that's when I saw he had a will to live. But I was like, is he really gonna make it to the cave, or is he gonna go try to go as high to the cliff and jump off? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was at in a crossroads with that when that happened. But I'm glad he's decided to like, look, I want to fight, I want to live.
Right. Yeah, because at one point Misty even came over to him and was like, do I still need to be worried about you? And he's like, no, I'm good now. I'm just trying to make my crutches sturdy so I could walk on them. I was like, okay, coach, you about to go on a little adventure. So, Nita, you want to break this down? What did you think about? I mean, we wasn't shocked by this. We knew once the body turned up on the news that they shouldn't be too far behind. But what did you think about how they handled this situation with the cops?
The thing that stood out to me in my notes that I wrote, I said, how Callie was kind of taunting the guy, talking about, preyed on her, we preyed on the child. So it sounds like she knows the things that could possibly could put a dent in the case or make it, do something that will make it kind of faulty or something. So saying little things like that, and then he jabbed back at her and he called her. He said, "Oh, the psychopath apple don't fall far from the tree."
Right.
And so that got her mind going. And so she's starting to think that maybe something wrong with me because she already thinks something wrong with her mother.
Exactly.
Like, uh-oh, so now something wrong with me. He calling me out. So yeah, the warrant was fine. I was just like, oh Lord, I hope they did something with that little ID.
Right.
I had thought about that, but
remember she found it. Remember remember Shauna found it.
Yeah.
So
I had thought about it for a minute too.
Okay.
Because we talked about that. Shauna found it and she destroyed it. But with this whole scene, I like the fact this is when we start to see Jeff go into protection mode. And so that we see in the beginning of that, and that's what I liked about that. And this guy, even though he thinks Shauna and her daughter and her daughter is are liars and things of that nature, he still got the information ill-gotten. Because
exactly.
She was serving that girl alcohol when they was at the bar, even though after that you started paying for her drinks. Then you rolled with her and did all of that stuff. They was having beers then.
Right.
So she just was like, I'm getting free alcohol out of this. I'm gonna talk and entertain him. And she was kind of turned on to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
She was definitely pressing. She was pressing him. And also,
because I was kind of feeling like, ew, what she even like about him? He looked funky to me, but she was.
He did. He looked old. Look, he got a mullet. I mean, come on. Like he looked out of date and stuff, but she still was turned on with him because she was getting the attention. And I couldn't even understand that because the boyfriend she had was giving her all the attention she needed. You could stay here and have pancakes with me. My mother's making waffles or something. Nonsense. But you know what I'm trying to say. Anywho.
This scene right here, I'm about to talk about this scene, how when he showed him these pictures, that did a number on Jeff. Yeah. So what we thought it might have been a self-deletion, this was just a whole nightmare.
Yes.
So triggered by these pictures.
Yes. Yes.
So I thought that was good that they threw that in there and they made it clear that it was a dream.
Right.
It was
that whole dream with Misty with like these. Them pictures made that nightmare happen.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because you imagine I would be having a nightmare too.
Traumatized.
Exactly. They showing him all chopped up pieces like, somebody had to really know how to do this. That would have gave me nightmares too.
It looked like they used a cheese grater to get rid of the tattoo. I'm like,
that was crazy.
Right.
That was
Misty,
crazy.
To me, you want to get on her bad side, yo.
Absolutely.
She know how to really make you disappear. If it was
right.
Exactly.
So I think this is when we see, Misty's little lover boy again, and I was getting a little worried about him for a minute because he typing in, telling them he think he could got some info for them.
Yo, when this happened, I thought he was gonna tell on them. I was like,
No.
yo, this dude is gonna tell.
Yeah,
For some reason,
yeah, I was
still feel like
nervous.
he was gonna
Me
come through.
too.
I thought he was gonna come through with the clutch.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
didn't
we
think
knew
it'd
we
be
was
again.
gonna see him again. I felt like he was on her side and he was gonna look out, and then I was waiting for him to be like for them to show him hearing her message that she left for him and stuff like that. But when he started typing in, I did get a little nervous. Like, wait a minute, where's this going? Are we turning another angle?
I got
So,
nervous because you know why? I thought about the conversation they
mm-hmm.
had when she got out of the car.
Right.
Because when she got out of the car, she didn't trust him from that point.
Exactly.
And he was like, I know you did it. You did it for your friend.
Mm-hmm.
And when he did all of that, I'm like, dang, he gonna tell on her. I really thought at that point when he was doing all that typing, I thought he was telling on her.
Right.
So they had me fooled, and that was what I liked most about this episode, the ups and downs of it.
Hey, what's up, Lions Den? Happy Memorial Day. So y'all already talked about this part as far as that being a dream, and then when he wakes up from the dream, he end up going out there catching her with a daggone beer.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this little bonding moment that him and her had when they sat down and was having the conversation. What you thought about it, Nita?
Right. Let me see what she said. Oh no, this was just the moment that he kind of reassured her that, she's okay. Your mom went through all of this stuff. She lost a lot of people in the wilderness. So she has a trauma. That's the explanation why she's freaking out. Now you think she effed up or whatever. So Callie seemed to be very affected by the news that she lost a brother. Well,
yes.
She said first, but he cleared it up and said it was a brother. And she seemed really affected by it. So, sometimes I think that's one of the things that children need to know about their parents, that their parents are human and they got things going on. They have life itself. While they look at you like, oh yeah, you perfect and you do this, do that, or whatever. But then when you fall short, there are explanations for things, not excuses, but explanations. So, I always think it's good to, kind of give them a little glimpse into something and just kind of see it from this point of view. Maybe see this perspective or something.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
And it really warmed her up to her because I saw a total shift in her behavior going forward with her mom.
Yeah. Definitely. Moochie, you got anything you want to add to this part?
It shows her how much she knows how her mother is jacked up. Now she knows why her mother is the way she is. She lost a child. She lost your brother. So I'm glad that she's seeing it that way because she has so much hatred towards her in like the first 3 episodes until she started figuring out everything. And until the ish hit the fan. I feel like if she would have knew these things a little sooner, we probably wouldn't have seen her keep that picture. We probably wouldn't have seen her do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
And he also gave her a little word of advice, said that's her trauma. Don't make it too.
I like that part.
And I love that too. So that was very, very good.
Yeah, Jeff was real good with the situation, y'all.
Yeah, he was. So, child. Either one of y'all want to break this down? This is when, she going back and forth trying to check on her, trying to get her to have a little sip or something. They talking about the fact that they don't have food. And then she says, like, if I go, basically use me. And Missy just took that and ran with it, and we just went to a whole nother place, child.
Right. I feel like Misty was a big part of that. There were a lot of times that I saw Misty kind of overstep a lot in
She's
this.
always
Yes.
overstepped.
I was like, oh, okay. So
She's
then, she took that information. Lottie is talking about her. She ain't talking about nobody else. She
Right.
herself. And then she done took that and put her track shoes on, ran with it, and they all going left. I'm like, what in the
Yeah.
You
what
know
in the
what I
world?
thought about it? Are you finished, Nita?
I'm done.
I feel like with this, when she was like, if you have to use me, use my body, don't let it go to waste. When she said all of that, I'm like, you know what? This is the wrong message to give this messenger girl. This girl gonna go overboard with it and
Mm-hmm.
mean
Right.
like everybody has to do that if they pass away.
Right.
Right. What's the saying? Right message, wrong messenger.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
Absolutely.
what
Absolutely.
exactly. It was like right message, wrong messenger, because you know this girl's kind of homicidal and
Mm-hmm.
she's kind of like psycho. Okay, so yeah. Even though I like Misty as a method to her madness, but
Right.
like yo, I give y'all how I feel. The crazies are in order in this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Lottie,
that was definitely
She
the
created
wrong
her
person,
own
child.
universe. Lottie created her own universe.
So with this whole part, of course, we see that when we were saying what these cards was about,
Mm-hmm.
whoever have the queen is the one that basically is, is the person that they decide they gonna pick. Because for whatever reason they say, well, no, we can't let nothing happen to Natalie. Natalie has basically been our leader, so now we gotta choose amongst us and choose this damn card. And shout out to Miss T too, because remember Nita brung up what was going on with the necklace and what the necklace symbolizes, and we find out, yeah, whoever was the one that got the card, they putting the necklace on them. Child,
Yep.
I said, y'all really doing this? And then Natalie said, baby, no, you ain't gonna just turn me around and do it from the back. Look me in my face. I said, what is
Mm-hmm.
happening?
That whole thing with the chain, them taking Jackie's chain. That
Yeah.
whole thing was crazy. And you know who she's not here today. Miss T called out a
Yes,
lot of
Yeah.
stuff
absolutely.
on the last live,
Absolutely.
yo. And she was seeing
What's
stuff
up,
even we
Brillo?
didn't see. So that was crazy.
Yes, there was. I was like, oh shoot. I was like, yo, y'all was right about that, because we was, kind of thinking that, but it was like they literally confirmed that it went exactly that way.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
we was talking about it may be a card game and all of that,
Right.
but we couldn't place it yet because remember
Mm-hmm.
that the card game started with them doing chores and who had to
Exactly.
take the poo out,
Right.
the bucket of
Right.
poo. That's how the whole card game situation came into
Mm-hmm.
play.
Yeah. And then it just turned like they got possessed. Like, I was
Yeah,
so disgusted
Yeah.
with this, yo.
you saw a lot of animalistic things come out when they go into mode for it seemed like when
Yeah.
once they got more hungry, you saw the girl thinking that the blood was on the walls and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Yeah.
was like the more hungry they got, the more crazier they got with things.
Yeah. And like in a blink of an eye, like
Yeah,
Natalie not even your friend no more. Like it was just like, oh wow, we doing
it
this?
was like the blink of an eye, but it was like you didn't see it coming out of nowhere, but then you
Right.
kind of did. It's like it reminded me of the night they took the mushrooms after that party and spazzed out.
Yeah.
Now this time they don't even need the mushrooms, y'all.
Right. No, they was going beyond.
Yes.
Right.
They definitely was going beyond. And
Thank
so
God
when we
Travis.
I'm sorry, y'all. When we see in the adult ones, basically Lottie is trying to convince them, like, we gotta go back and do it how we used to do it. Child, I done concocted these drinks and one of them got poison in it. Either one of y'all want to talk about that?
Yo, when she took these things out and the looks that they
Oh
gave
my
each
God,
other, like, yo, this girl is really crazy. She really going right now. And she was ready for. She was like, basically, she was playing Russian roulette with the poison.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Right. And in this scene, they was, she was trying to, like, it felt like she was trying to manipulate them or guilt them into doing it. And she was trying to tell them all that they lost and all this stuff. And then Shauna was like, well, if it's all like that, why don't you just take the potion?
Exactly.
She said, this is not how this works. The wilderness has to choose.
Right.
That whole thing. That's in my notes.
Yeah,
but shout
definitely.
out to painless, quick drug.
Right.
A little bit later.
So Coach did find the daggone place, child. He did find it. I said, go, Coach.
He did find it.
I was glad he found it, y'all.
Yes.
I was so glad that he found it because I was like, yo, he can't run. He can't run for nobody.
Jasmine Morris, FaceTime. Right. The only thing about him finding it, I just felt like it was a little anticlimactic because we didn't really see anything. Like they didn't flesh it out. They just, okay, he found it. I have my theories of what actually happened in episode 9, and we'll get there. But I think it has something to do with that area underneath the thing that that he found. I wish he would have found something in there.
This was crazy.
Something, a spirit, a body, a person, somebody that could give some kind of explanation, something, a smoke signal, something.
I'm trying to figure out how he survived all of those months. What did he do?
That's what I'm saying.
Because he was gone for a while.
Yeah,
well, you see, Javi came back looking healthy. Javi should have stayed right where he was at. He was right to run away from these damn savages. The child that pissed me off. I'm gonna play this clip first. Wait, is this the one? Let me see.
They did him dirty.
Yes. Look at how they was chasing them. They was really chasing Natalie at that point, though.
Right. Right.
Did I play it in the opposite order?
Nah, you played it in the perfect order because that's from episode 8. You told me to just take that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, basically, of course, that they was chasing. When they was chasing her, they all their faces looked like freaking demons. They looked crazy and deranged. And the fact that he tried to help her, the fact that even Travis got in front of the door and was trying to stop them at first, and they pulled a knife out on her. I'm just like, I was yelling at the TV so freaking much. I said the irony of it all, and y'all just gonna stand here and let him go. I said, damn, Javi, you should have never came back. You should have stayed where the hell you was at. I was so pissed off with this, y'all.
Can you please highlight Monica M's comment?
Oh, she said, did you hear the girl growling? I heard a whole lot of animals.
Yeah, they was growling. Yeah.
They was like animals.
Yes, that was the same spot that the moose landed almost, like where that was. She's right with it. That's why I wanted it highlighted. And Misty basically was like, no, let him go. Because if you don't let him go, they're going to continue to chase you.
Right.
And she felt bad about it, yo.
She should have.
Just like how she felt.
Yeah, because that was disgusting to me.
Keep it up.
Yeah. I didn't like the fact that when she fell, he went back to help her.
Right.
He falls in something more dire.
Exactly.
And I mean, the whole time he's screaming her name under the water, I was just like, oh my God. I was just like, oh my God.
That was so disgusting to me. I was so upset with this whole part, y'all. I said, I know y'all freaking lying.
Yeah. Yeah, me
It
too.
really,
And
really,
I think
really.
that's probably why she has a lot of the addiction problems that she had, trying to
Hmm.
cope with the guilt and all of the stuff that she was, doing. And she
Yes,
also
Yeah,
had
yes,
that's exactly
the
what it was.
yes. And it
That's
yeah,
also
exactly what it
explains
was.
why Travis was staying away from every damn body. But I was a little pissed off with Travis too. I was pissed off with so many people as we started into this episode 9.
I couldn't stand Travis in the beginning, but now we know why he is the way he is.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Um,
I don't know if I could have did it though.
what was the next clip you had, Moochie?
The next clip, that's from episode. That's from the next episode. Everything
Okay,
else
well,
is from the next episode.
all right. So we start in episode 9 now. So when they first coming up, he's asking her if she's okay. He don't even know what done happened to his brother.
Yo,
I was kind of upset because I thought because when I was typing my notes, I said, Nat comforts him, but she didn't. I had to erase what I was saying because that's what I would have did. But she
Right.
walked right past him. I was like, well, what is? I
she
said, I
didn't
feel
come
like
to him till later with that.
it was the
Right.
guilt and the shame. You saw how the other girls when they bought
They
his
couldn't
body,
even look him in his face,
they
yo.
were
Yeah, they just had their heads down and kept walking past. I said,
Mhm.
wow.
yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
absolutely.
And came, had him held up like he was a damn hog, lay him down.
Yeah.
And
And they
then,
made sure he got good and frozen too. Because I was
mm-hmm.
like,
Mhm. Well,
you
you
know
know
what
what?
he
Once
was.
he went under, he froze pretty fast.
That's
They
all I'm
just
about to say.
probably waited a couple minutes and let him lay there and then pick him up.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. It was
I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
no, I was trying to make sure I didn't miss a comment, a private
All right.
comment.
Yeah.
Oh, I just left the private comment, y'all. So
Yeah.
that way you know what it is, Tamieka.
Okay.
He said,
Yeah,
it happened
so
so fast.
I was so disgusted with them. I really was. So of course we still got the adult ones still trying to figure out what they gonna do. At one point it seems like they're going along with Lottie's idea, but then they're saying they really not going along with it. They just want her to think they going along with it. Some of them wanted to call, for services to come in.
Yeah, that was between Van and Van and Thaisa. And I'm just, you know what? I like that the fact that they did it, but I'm gonna keep my I was liking it this part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you ever have an episode where your changes of emotions and opinion of people change in the middle of the episode? That's how I'm feeling about this.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Shauna or Lottie?
I'm talking about Thaisa
Whose opinion
and Van.
changed?
Thaisa and Van.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because they was the one that was deciding to call and have her committed.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, I said, this is what they should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like my emotions changed about them as the episode
went
on.
Yeah, exactly. Has that ever happened to y'all?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't want to think. Am I too much out of my head or whatever?
Yeah.
So this was when Misty decided to come tell, give her the update that it was Javi, the daggone wilderness chose him. And she actually was kind of like, well, I didn't tell you to do anything. What are you talking about? And was feeling bad. And Misty basically said to her, don't start feeling bad. You can't come with that attitude now because you done got everybody on board. But it really wasn't her that got everybody on board. It was you, Misty.
Exactly.
Misty manipulated a lot of people.
Yes. That's why we was like, she took it way left.
Yes, she took it. She made, right now, this is the point where we see it made, she did like a flip. She flipped the script. She made it look like Lottie's the one that's homicidal.
Right.
We know she was like with the forest, with the trees, and this is why we're alive and this and that. But it was just like, yo, you doing a little too
all
much
of them
now,
played a
Missy.
part. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
I feel like, yeah, all of them did play a part, but I feel like she's the catalyst of all of it.
Right.
You know how something causes a domino effect?
Mm-hmm.
She's the first domino. Where it's like,
Oh, child. Either one of y'all want to talk about this? You know something else that pissed me off? Van sitting there telling Travis, "Oh, I'm not gonna feel bad, and you shouldn't feel bad either, and I'm not gonna be ashamed. I'm happy." And he was like, "Well, you shouldn't be." I didn't like that whole thing. This thing just made my stomach sick, y'all.
All of that because that's his brother y'all talking about.
Right.
And y'all talking about she was wilding. They was all wilding.
Yeah, she was very dismissive of his feelings and was like, I was just like, yeah, I mean, for the greater good, but you don't have to throw that in his face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think what he was trying to get you to kind of like have some empathy or like some kind of feelings or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I said. Like, I thought I was liking Van and her and Ty. By the time we got to the end of the episode, I was like, at least Ty need to be in another straitjacket right beside Lottie for real in that damn van. But anyway, we'll get there.
Can you please?
Crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna just say, can you please highlight Zion Latrice's comment?
It says, "Hey ladies, they are prolonging the series. I don't know it's good, but to go past season 3 is too much. Why is time like that? That could have been addressed." Yeah.
Exactly.
I think they said something about wanting to get at least 5 out of it, because I remember me and Nita was saying we wonder how long it could go, whether they was even interested in it going longer, whether they would get approved for it to go longer. But then when they said it was a 19-month span and we see so much different, things happening with each character, I felt like they probably could maybe do 3, 4, depending. But child, I ain't get to it yet. But this ending pissed me the hell off. So I don't even know if I want another one. Okay.
Let me ask, can you please highlight Monica M's comment?
Oh God, that ran my blood pressure up. Oh.
They act like he didn't lose his dad in season 1.
Now, exactly.
To his brother. Now we know why he basically deleted himself.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, child, and they was just acting like this boy was damn, dead or whatever they done found.
Oh wait, though, I want you to you went too far. You should show the first clip.
Oh, now. Okay.
No, not that one.
Oh, the first one.
Oh, I thought that was next though. That's not.
Nah, but that is next. But no, that's the third one.
I showed the first one.
No, you didn't show the first one.
Yes, I did.
No, I took that down.
Oh, child, I'm getting confused now. Sorry, y'all.
Wait, what happened? It's all right. You got this. Go ahead. You go.
Oh. That was crazy.
Listen, I'm with Coach. I'm sorry. I see people that was mad at Coach on Twitter.
I wasn't mad at Coach. He was like, yo, these girls is wild.
Yes. Like, how? He said, I left for a minute. What the hell that happened?
So I done went to come find this cave that Javi told me about. Now, Javi is on the stake and getting... Oh, where is that, Javi? I see his shoes.
Oh, my goodness.
Out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now we know... Now we know those pictures that they sat on Jeff's table. Mm-hmm. We understand how we got there with this scene.
Exactly.
We understand how Shauna could break a body down.
Yes. And you see that they specifically was like Shauna, and then she got up and then she pulled her thing down because she didn't want to watch, so she know how to feel. And I said,
yeah, she goes into a different thing, like a different person. She's like, look, everybody was saying that. I mean, Nita, remember a couple of weeks ago you were saying that Thaisa had multiple personalities.
Mhm.
Remember when you was talking about that?
Yep.
All of them do.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of them do. It's not only
Yeah.
Thaisa.
Yeah.
It's Moochie. It's Natalie. It's Shauna.
Yeah.
It's Lottie. Only person that seemed like the same person out of all of them, and the person that went through the most before they even got to this point, is Van. She seemed like she's the most sane out of all of them.
She does, but she has that little mean
moment.
streak in her. Yeah, I'm about to say she has a little mean streak in her. But
yeah,
like the other girls, she is more together than the other girls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those other girls like Dr. Jekyll.
Well, she
Mr.
know
Hyde.
how to.
Can you please highlight Cinnamon's comment?
I'd like to know that as well, Cinnamon.
Yeah, but listen, she probably learned it all of that time. Remember, she started cutting up deers. Mm-hmm. She started with the deers. She's the one that broke down the bear because that was the biggest animal. She was doing all the deers.
Yes.
And only body they didn't break down like that was Jackie's body.
Right.
Yeah. Just had a feast for all with her.
Right.
They ate everything with that.
Right.
They ripping her right off the bone.
It's like when they get hungry, they all go into a little different trance. And
right. Mm-hmm.
Like, and I was thinking about this. Remember when the first season when they was all getting their cycles at the same time?
Yes.
Yo, when they be getting their cycles at the same time, that's when all of them spaz out. Like it be like some kind of crazy stuff that happened. For real. Look, I'm going. Am I out of my head?
Give me a minute, y'all. Y'all could break down this scene when Coach actually tried to go.
No, that's when he wanted her, y'all.
Yeah, and you know what? I wish he would have took Travis with him. But I'll be right back.
I'll break it down. I'll start first and then I'll give it to Nita. I'll pass the ball. So with this scene, yo, I feel like he was like, look, I got a place we could hide out the whole winter. To all of this like smooth over. You don't seem like you like the other girls. When he's and she was getting it, but she like, nah, I really like the other girls too. So you know, she ain't want to go in that cave. What's your take on it, Nita?
Yeah, and she actually said that she was worse. She was worse than the other girls because I do think she has that really bad sense of guilt with what just happened with Javi. So she didn't want to go. She said she did let him die in her place.
Yeah.
So
she acknowledged that, yo.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So he found that place. I think I don't understand how he could even think that Nat was okay because at the end of the day, all of them was sitting at Jackie feast table. Doing to do. So I would think I'm thinking maybe he just did that because he didn't want to be alone in there. If anything, I would have thought he would have went and got Javi again, or maybe Travis, but Travis was feasting with them too. So maybe Javi, but I didn't think that he would reveal that to Nat. So that was just a little weird touch for me. That didn't really make a lot of sense.
So Jackie was finger licking. She said Jackie was finger licking.
Yeah, they was.
That was with that whole thing. You know what kind of got me with that whole scene? How they made it seem like a extravagant dinner, and they looked like
the
table was set. It was crazy.
Right.
All right, Nita, it's all on you. You got your show. You know. I don't want to hold. No, I don't want to feel like I'm doing too much. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I already said my part.
All right.
I guess we just need the next slide.
Yeah, we need the next slide. And whenever you're ready.
So what did y'all think about this? Jump done came up there. They up there, the daggone police, and Misty Man in the kitchen cooking. I was trying to understand why was he so comfortable in the kitchen cooking already. And he just was like, if he was waiting for them and being just as nice and friendly, like we said, he's the opposite side of the coin of her, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, it was a little funny to me. I wasn't shocked by what he did, but it was funny to me because remember he was calling her out and saying, well, you kind of remind me of my grandmother, and my grandmother did such and such, but he wasn't saying like, I got the same type of issues you got,
Exactly. He pretty much was saying we the different side of the same coin. That's basically what he was saying. Exactly. And he proved it in this particular scene when we was with the police detective, and he came in there, and when I saw him, he had one cup. Then he went around the corner and got a whole nother mug. I was like,
he was like hot chocolate.
Right. I said, no.
That's the next clip though. I think you should have showed that now.
Oh, okay. Like, you are not supposed to be taking no drink from nobody, especially
right.
A cup.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that didn't make no type of sense. He was like, yeah.
He's like, why are you here? For Shauna? He was like, oh. He's like, she got a he said she got here a few days. I came to help you.
Oh, that was when he first got there and she heard his phone ring.
The next one is the other thing that we can't really talk about. The next one is the other.
I did it to protect her. I did it to protect our family. Oh shit, Kevin! Oh, Kevin! Hey, Kevin! Oh fuck! Shit. Hiya.
Yo, that was crazy to me. Yo, I was like, yo,
that was hilarious.
What's up?
He was like, hiya.
And then it was.
I think they did get his email too, because that was the whole thing. He did send the email, but then it also seemed like they was following them. And I remember they was like, they made us, but really they didn't make them. They just thought the people looked weird, and they was like, we gonna find another way to get in. So they had drove off, and then that's when they drove up to the gate. I thought I had those slides, but nonetheless, y'all, get the point. Sometimes this damn slides be disappearing. But that's when that part had happened, and Jeff and his daughter had went around the back. So I don't know. Do y'all think that they got the email, or y'all think it was just from them following?
They followed him. Cause they followed him the way he showed up there, and he was
but remember that the psycho guy, Misty boyfriend, he did send the email too, and it seemed like if he was waiting,
exactly.
For them.
That's what I feel like. That's what made them come to the house with the warrant, the search warrant, and then they went and followed him. They figured, look, we're gonna just scare them up and see if they take us to where they gonna be.
Right.
And they did like some ish like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what happened.
Okay.
It was so funny. Also was like, I love that beautiful false confession. I could see.
Right.
Well, that was crazy. Jeff with that thing with Jeff though. Jeff was like, oh. He thought he did.
Yes, he did. He was like, "What the hell going on here?"
Then he was like,
and we were saying like, would he go to jail in her place? And he was willing to do it.
He had a tearful confession.
Yes,
he loved his wife.
Yes,
I don't care what nobody says. And all of this stemmed from her thinking he was cheating.
Right.
That's the crazy part.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, did he?
Then he's gonna say, "I'm a citizen detective." Yeah, I'm cinnamon. He said, "I'm a citizen detective." The real crowd should have been like, "What the heck?"
Yo, he didn't even say nothing. He just was like intrigued by it. Like he wanted to elaborate on the situation and hear more and stuff.
Right. Yeah, that was bugged out. Definitely. So
Okay, Angela Harp Helper said, I was so proud of Jeff. I was proud of Jeff. Yo, Jeff, look, he was
I
standing
was
by
too.
his woman.
mhm.
I mean,
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna have him be the MVP of this episode.
Okay. Yeah, I
I
could
think
see that. He definitely came through.
he
And I
came
was like,
through.
but when they gonna find Shauna? Like it was just so much happening at the same time in this daggone episode.
Right. Maybe I'll say episode 8 because I like what he did with his daughter, but it still kind of carried on into this episode. So.
Mm-hmm. Now this grossed me out too because we gonna bring in all the meat and then we gonna say Travis, like we waiting for him to give the seal of approval before we go
and they gave
forward.
him heart. That was the crazy.
How you biting and it like no?
That's
Throw
why he
all
was.
of them
Yo,
away.
now you know why he was so messed up.
Yes,
Yo,
like I'm not doing that
He
to my brother or
he
my sister.
literally
No,
consumed his brother's heart. That's crazy.
Maybe.
Bananas, yo.
You'll always
Yeah.
be with
I
him.
I would not be right either. I would be in a psych ward right now.
Yes, because yo,
Right.
that's why we know why Natalie was so messed up. We know why all of them is messed up. Just that whole thing, it's just crazy. It messed them all up. Yes, Zaya. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, he was definitely damaged. Yeah, I didn't understand that either. He gonna take a bite out of it raw and then put it in the pot. I'm like, what?
Right. I'm like, can we cook it first? It's like, no, just like,
Like, I can't. Mm-mm.
mm-mm-mm.
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
Child. So they just anybody want to break this scene down? Now we got the adult ones. They back out here with the cards. They done got cards ready. They done made masks. Y'all got any thoughts on this?
Mm-hmm.
Can I talk?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't want to just start. Okay, keep in mind, they all had a sidebar conversation where we like, look, we're going to let this play out, even though we know this girl is not all here. So they got prepared for this. They dulled the knives, all of that stuff. Now, the only thing that it is, they was like, make sure you keep your people away tonight. They can't come here. But I feel like where Natalie messed up, she went back and talked to Lisa. And that's
Right.
where she messed up. She gave
Right.
Lisa the heads up.
The heads up.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's what messed everything up that came into play from that point. And
Yeah.
then once this game started, everybody else knew it was fake. Then with can I keep going? I feel like when I'm trying to figure out how to word it. With the situation with Van and Thaisa, how they kind of backdoor the whole deal.
Yes.
That's how I feel like they did.
They
So
did.
this is when remember when I told y'all a little earlier that I was saying how your feelings changed towards a person in the episode?
Yes.
This is my turning point, y'all. I was so mad at them two.
Yeah.
Because it was like, yo, y'all backdoored all y'all girls. And this is why everything happened the way it did afterwards.
Right. Right.
I'm done.
Yeah. I didn't like that. It was a lot of things I didn't like, to be honest, and I just was disgusted. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
mad
I will say that I was there was a lot of tension when they were going all around and nobody picked the queen first. Then
Right.
they go around again. I was like, oh Lord. Then they start going flashes.
My question is, who put the Queen of Hearts back in there? Because remember, they took all the cards out and burnt them. Who put that card back in? When they was getting everything ready, it wasn't supposed to be nobody picked.
Right.
Somebody went back and put that card in.
That's
am I wrong with that? Please tell me if I am.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I seen when they like was making sure that they told the knives. They were saying this is not gonna be real. We just making her think it's real. And they went through the cards, and I believe it was Natalie that was burning the cards, or was it Sean? It was one of the other because they was the two that was together, and then Van and Thaisa was the two that was together. And so somewhere along the lines, obviously somebody changed their mind about something, or I don't know if it's supposed to be that Lottie doubled back and added something in. I don't know. I was kind of wondering about that part too. And then just because, Natalie was trying to be a good person and she won the girl, that actually just ended up kind of, backfiring on her at the same time. That's how I took it. But of course we still had this fool out here acting crazy. Missy man went and shot up. What was the cop's name? I'm sorry, I'm not even remembering nobody's names right now. I got the daggone brain fog, but
the dude that was that fell out, his name is Kevin.
Okay, Kevin, yes.
The one that she was messing with name is Matt with the black hair.
Okay, yeah.
Kevin was the one that went to high school with all of them. So he knows all of them, y'all.
Yes. He runs as soon as he opened the trunk of that car and shot him up, and then basically told, this dude, like, hey, I mean, he was looking at him like, what the hell? He was in shock.
Right. He came up with some elaborate scheme. He was just like, are you with it? Or this on you? So I was like, uh-oh. So he probably just threw him for a whirlwind. Like,
right. Yeah, it was funny because he was quiet then. He didn't have nothing to say, and he always got something to say. Thank you for joining us. What did you think about the episode? Let us know.
Yes, Richard, let us know.
Angela Helper said, what was the plan, and what were they going to do other than sacrifice? Where are they going to complete the ritual and have dinner? Right. Like, I didn't get it. And you know what I kept being scared of too? How Nita was mentioning that it was an intense moment and you really don't know where they was going. I kept feeling like the daughter or the husband was going to end up getting killed in the process of them running, chasing her. I was just like, I didn't know, because I was like, she don't even know they did, and they going to be running and they going to bump into something, something along those lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It definitely was a mess. So, of course, getting back to them at the cabin when they're younger, this is when Coach woke up and he's watching them, all kind of saying now Natalie's the one in charge, because apparently we feel that since Natalie wasn't chosen, that means she's the new antler queen. What did y'all think about all this and everybody saluting her? But you seen how they kind of looked pissed at first because they thought Lottie was going to choose one of them. And when she said Natalie, they was like, what? And then Natalie getting all excited about it. I don't know. I was kind of confused with this part. So maybe one of y'all.
I feel like this is how it's all started. Because remember, we couldn't figure this out in the beginning. Who was the actual antler queen?
Yeah.
So now we see how it. Remember, we was thinking like it's look like this person this time.
Yeah, like they passed it from one to the other.
Yeah, and this is how we're gonna see that transition. I think in the next series. I think somebody else wrote that they're dragging this along. I can't remember who did it along. This was tonight. Yeah. I mean, right now.
Yeah.
But I feel like she hit the nail on the head. But we're gonna see how everybody transitions and becomes the antler queen right now, and what happened and who survived and who didn't, and how and why.
Zia said it.
Okay. Yes, Zia. She did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on this part, Nita?
Huh?
Any thoughts on this part when Coach was watching them?
Yeah. No. The only thing that I wrote was that Lottie was trying to convince them that Nat had been chosen to lead them. So she said it chose who was going to feed us and save us. Now it's choosing who's going to lead us. Then it says Nat has always been its favorite. How else do you explain what happens out there? I guess that's because she keeps going out and she keeps coming back. She keeps all of that stuff. And then she said we tried to delete you and it wouldn't let us.
Right.
I was just like, oh, I didn't know, but I didn't get that the other people in the group, the other Yellow Jackets, was jealous of that. So that's I probably got.
Yeah, it seemed like a couple of them kind of made a face. Like Misty got excited at first, like, cause she thought she was gonna choose her, which I knew Misty wasn't getting chose. I don't know why she thought that. And then there was still that kind of friction that was going on between Shauna and her. Like Shauna just kind of looked like, oh, that's who you choosing, you know what I mean? I guess, girl. There was that type of vibe.
Yeah, and what I noticed is that Ben was watching. He would look like he was disgusted. Still,
yes,
just over there,
absolutely, absolutely. So, I don't know what clip this is. Play it.
I couldn't tell her. I couldn't tell her. I did it to protect her.
Oh, that was the clip I played, right?
Our family.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that was the same one. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought that was something.
Nah, that's
That's
the
okay.
last.
I
The
love
next
to
one is
see
the
it.
last one I did.
Okay.
That was funny though because he
It
really had
was.
that tearful confession where he like, no, it was me, and you
It
just
was.
be like,
It
yo,
was so freaking hilarious. So,
Right. Ben definitely wish he would have stayed home.
right.
mm-hmm. And then they followed him here, so it was just like, yo,
I was confused on this part. I thought because Lisa,
I had to watch this part more than once to figure out what happened, yo.
Okay, so break it down because
Okay.
I still don't know.
All right, so check it. Remember, she warned Lisa earlier about something that was gonna go down.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I was so mad at Van and Thaisa, because they changed the whole thing.
Exactly.
It didn't tell Shauna. So Shauna thinking, all right, I've done dulled the knives, and when this all go down, it's we're gonna be able to fix all of this. But they not knowing that Shauna's daughter don't know what's going on.
Right.
And remember, I forgot who gave her the bleaky. I think it was Walter that gave her the bleaky, but I can't remember. So, but when that happened, you know, Shauna's daughter show up with the hammer. So that's why
she went back and got it out the car because remember when they was riding,
she was seeing them chasing her. Wasn't it that? Yeah, she was seeing them chasing her mother.
Mm-hmm.
So she got scared. She heard that, you know, they hearing all of that yelling and stuff. She didn't know what. She don't know the master
exactly.
Plan. Yeah. So when she shows up, she like, yo, stay away from my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was confused on the part of why Lisa pulled the gun on Nat, since I thought they were like this. So I was confused.
Yeah, but I think it was because they thought she was gonna take out, you know, they look at Lottie as Queen Bee, her, you know, her little minions there. So that's what she was like, yo, y'all gonna take out my leader. Remember, she was telling her, I think you need to leave, stop wearing all this purple and go ahead and leave. You good.
Yeah,
she made all that speech and stuff like that. So it was with that whole thing was crazy.
Okay.
And then keep in mind, they already had in their head to commit Lottie. But then they all changed the plan. So this is why everything happened the way it did. Nobody knew what the other one was doing after, and they made a vow to, like, it was just crazy.
Yeah, and it just went left. It went left.
Yes, it went left.
Nobody knew what nobody was doing, and then like for me, I had took that all the rest of it I agree with, but I had took one of the parts differently because to me, the girl that ended up coming and she's overhearing everything they saying. She seemed like she was kind of like, wait a minute, you was out here killing people this whole time? Like, what's going on? And I said, oh, now you worried about it? Now you want to be bothered? Like, everything else y'all been hearing about this lady this whole time, y'all was putting all this trust in her. I just felt like everybody was being a hypocrite, but that was kind of like what they, you know, kind of kept hitting at when they was having the different conversations amongst the adult ones, because it was like, you got this issue, you got this issue. Everybody's busy pointing the finger at everybody else, and then we're like, yeah, Lottie's the crazy one, but how many times have Ty had to be reminded, like, girl, you not extinct from this either. You got a whole nother personality that's running around doing stuff.
And especially when you fall asleep, it's like another. You turn into a whole nother person when you sleepwalk.
Yes.
A
Cinnamon said
couple of
communication is everything.
right.
They definitely wasn't communicating with each other.
I was about to say a couple of times we seen Ty look in the mirror and she is full blown awake and she's seeing both versions
right
of herself. Exactly. That was the first thing we highlighted earlier. If you have been reviewing the show with us, So
and then for her to end up, because of course she thinking she helping Misty, and trying to intervene and stick the girl, but Natalie ends up jumping in front. I said, no, they didn't. I'm so disgusted, y'all. I don't know how y'all felt about this, but I was like, no, that's it for me. Not Natalie. No. Anybody else?
I would guess how others. Yes, you know how I have y'all. If y'all been reviewing with me, y'all know how I have my no Jesus no moments. This was one of my no Jesus no. Yes.
Yeah.
But y'all, I'm telling you, I swear I felt like that knife wound was right here. I felt like, why did she die off of that?
No, it was in the knife. It was a needle. Remember, she dropped the knife. She had the knife. It's there. You can play it if you want to.
It was Misty.
Tameka. Tameka, play it. It's there.
Okay.
That's the scene.
Oh,
see the knife? She drops the knife. Here come Misty.
Oh, that's the needle.
I let him die in my place. Misty, stop! Lisa, move! Misty!
I see it now.
Yes.
So that's why at the end
she was like,
the police person said a drug overdose.
Right.
That's why.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm so pissed at that, y'all. I did not like that.
That ish blew my mind.
Yeah.
Bro.
She was trying to put the needle in the girl to stop her and to save them, but that's not how it worked out.
Dang.
Now let me ask y'all this: do y'all think Lisa gonna be on next season? Because
I don't know.
Now the thing is carried on. She went in the place of Misty. She went in the place of Natalie. I don't know, because now it looked like they committed Lottie, so I guess the place is shut down. So that's a bad.
Well, yeah, Zia, she was Zaya. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but she was like that before the crash. Misty and Ty, we know for sure, had issues before the crash. Misty was also seeing things since she was small, since with her grandmother. I think things got amplified after the crash, but those problems was always already there.
I'm gonna tell y'all who all had three problems. Three of them that had problems before they went on that trip. It was Misty. It was Natalie had problems, but it wasn't like that. I feel like Natalie got dragged in. She just came from a bad home.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say that the top three crazies that was crazy before they got there was Natalie, Lottie, and Misty.
Yeah, because remember, they was already on medication, and while they out here, they not getting to take their medications that they're supposed to be taking either.
Exactly. And if y'all watch the first season, you watch the first season, you saw how Lottie was messed up before they got there.
Right.
So the whole she had like a whole first half of an episode where we saw why she was like that. She was getting shock treatment before she left.
Yes,
and everything was done because keep in mind she came from a rich, privileged family.
Right.
Lottie's family was the one that actually chartered that plane. She was a rich girl.
Right.
So they kept everything hidden, and they had her in a I guess the area that they live in, even though it was a public school, it was run. To me, it was like kind of like a parochial school. Hey, Miss T, we've been waiting for you all night, girl. We've been talking about you all this whole hour. We gave you a shout out and everything.
Must have been burning.
Yeah, her ears must have been burning when she was like, let me click on YouTube and see what they talking about.
Yeah, this broke my heart, y'all. I mean, I'm gonna probably be back if it's another season, but right now I'm mad at them. I was like, y'all had no right doing this.
Yo, I'm back for season number 2
Yeah.
because I want to
I'm
see
so
how it
mad.
pans out. Because remember, they did kind of like a backwards, forwards thing. They showed the first
Yeah.
person
You
getting
may
punched
still
Right.
hear.
in the first season, and
Yeah.
I still don't remember who that girl was.
Yeah, me either. And I went back and revisited the first season, and I
Yes.
still don't know.
She
But
said,
yeah,
"Oh,
y'all, Natalie is going. R.I.P. Natalie, girl. You was my girl, all right?
I didn't want her to go.
I did either. I was
I didn't
so
want her to
mad
go. I
at
felt
that. Like, no.
out of all of them, I thought they
Yeah.
was gonna do Shauna because all of the dirt she did, because she basically revived everything.
Yeah.
And she went back into her mode, or because she thought Jeff was messing around
Right,
with her.
right.
That's what this all stemmed from.
And even her daughter said that. Yep.
Yeah, I think they just wanted a bigger character for some reason. And I think, you know, she was a fan favorite, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think the way they wrote it, it was fine because it feels like they tied it up with
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
when I like Jennifer Lewis character, yo, as the adult.
Yeah, I love her. I
She
just
was
love her
rock
as an
hard,
actress.
yo. I don't care what nobody say. That's my girl.
Yeah.
I love Jennifer Lewis. She's just like,
Yeah.
And knowing her, she probably had top billing too. So she
Yes,
probably had
absolutely.
a lot of the
but
money.
I didn't want to see her go yet. I feel like it
Yeah.
wasn't her time yet.
I
Man.
wasn't ready either. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, no.
Because they keep going back and forth. We still may see her.
Can you
Right,
hide
right. Yeah.
comment?
But we did.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, that was just basically, everybody kind of rounding up and realizing what happened. And so what do y'all, well, I'll wait a minute. I think it's only like one more slide here, but just
No,
like,
that's the last one. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
just, Misty over here, I get my best friend. I was like, girl. So I'm assuming like adult, Lottie is getting locked up now, right? She's being put in
getting
the
committed
ambulance.
because when they showed her, okay, we see, I know you got half of the picture. We see Natalie getting rolled out on the stretcher.
Right.
And then we see her getting rolled out too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she getting committed now. And to me, that's why I was so mad at Van and Aisha with this.
Because if y'all would have just called like y'all was supposed to be doing, then a lot of this could have been damn avoided.
Exactly.
right.
So now, of course, Shauna gets woken up, child, and start seeing damn fire and stuff. I'm here for Coach. I don't care. I'm rooting for Coach for season 3.
Yeah, but the thing is, Natalie know where that cave is. So are they gonna go hide in that cave?
Yeah.
Tamieka, do you think that?
What?
Now that Natalie knows where the cave is, we know Coach is in the cave.
Right.
They don't got nowhere else to go, y'all.
They don't. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What happens now that this place is burned down? He thought he was gonna be able to just burn them all inside. He said, "Y'all some monsters. Y'all don't need to be out here no more. We got to get rid of y'all."
Right.
So now you got them. These girls gonna be running wild in the woods.
Yeah.
You remember when he was trying to start a fire the whole time, but it wasn't working.
Right.
He was down in the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, was the thing underneath the house, like part of that place where maybe he started the fire, but that doesn't explain why all the doors were locked.
I haven't seen it in the modern day. I was thinking he started it because remember when he came and saw them, he got the box of matches, he got some rope, he was just picking up some stuff, but he happened to look up and see that they over here saluting, Natalie, and I think he said, you know what, it's time up for y'all. Y'all about to be doing too damn much.
I think he did it too. I think he did it. But did y'all see when it panned up and it looked like it was this?
Yes, big
cloud over the house, just over the house.
Yes.
So I was like,
Yes.
okay, here we go again.
I was
So,
so going.
like
I had
said,
a prediction. I had a
Oh,
prediction.
she didn't want to do the show no more. Okay.
Wait, what happened? Sorry.
Miss T says
She,
Junior, she didn't want to do the show
wow.
anymore. I'm
It
definitely
is.
gonna
It's
miss
a dark
her.
show. It's a dark show, so
Yeah.
I can understand that. Very
Yeah, and then
dark.
they had her freaking the worst one out
And
of
ain't
all
it
of them.
crazy also that Van, this the third fire she done escaped.
Yes.
Right.
It makes you think back to that episode when she was like, I don't know why I'm still here.
Right.
When she was
Right.
talking about all of that.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
if you notice in the group picture, the girl that had the mouse, she's not in
Yeah.
that picture.
Yeah, no.
Ben isn't in the picture, but I felt like it was somebody else that
Yeah,
wasn't
but
in
they
the
was
picture.
remember when they showed the prom pictures? They didn't show who else didn't survive.
Right.
Remember, I'm going back to season 1, y'all, because they had a reunion. Remember the high school reunion, and they showed all of they gave like a they had like a little remembrance of everybody in the class. Remember at the time when they were showing everybody that who survived and who didn't, they were showing the people in the crowd. So we didn't get to see all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna make me go
I'm
back
sure
and look
they're
at
gonna
it
try
again,
to flip it and make it more interesting. That's why I feel like they give it to us piece by piece by piece, because even when they brung back in adult Lottie and Van at first, I was like, okay, so they still around, because it was like when by us just seeing the ones that we already had started with, I was feeling like, okay, these is the ones that survived and everybody else is gone. And even when they was trying to go look for Travis before finding out what he did to himself, I'm like, oh, so he's still around. So it was like always, wondering who else exactly is still around. And I think they do that on purpose. That way it kind of leads you to, they could be gone or they could still be here.
Right. Yeah.
But I think you're right, though, Nita. The girl with the mouse, I don't think she's here anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
If you want to ask me who I think is not there anymore, remember the girl that saw the blood on the walls?
Yeah.
I don't think she's here anymore.
Yeah.
I would have seen
so
them by
either.
now, unless the only person we know that's under the grid that was off the grid was Van.
Right.
We might find out next season it might be other people off.
Right.
And then they're gonna bring them into the fold. And I'll be all here for it.
Yeah. She said they gotta speed it up next season.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like they might. I think this might be the last season.
Yeah, especially
remember they was up there for what 18 months, I think, or 19 months.
19 months, something like that.
Yeah, so I feel like the next season we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of what really happened up there.
Right.
Because this is like they just peeling back the first layer of the onion.
Yeah, because they literally just showed us like a small glimpse of what it looked like when they did finally get returned home, and the reporters and all of that. So we still don't know how they even found them. Yeah.
We don't know how they found them. We don't know none of that. So it's like each season we getting a layer of that onion peeled off. The first season we saw how they basically started surviving, but we wasn't sure because remember when it ended the first season, it was with Jackie being gone.
Right.
But we see how they had their little wild streak when we saw the whole little mushroom thing take place.
So, you ladies, your rating for the season, you guys put it in the comment what y'all rating for the season is.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Yeah, I think I had 7.5
too. I had 7.5.
You do? Okay. I can see that too.
I say a 7.
I was a little disappointed.
I was disappointed, and maybe because I was. That's why I'm putting my emotions in it because I was mad at how they did. I was mad at how they did Natalie.
Yeah, I was mad at how they did Natalie and Javi, to be honest. Okay, Javi deserved better.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
But it's definitely an interesting show. Can't say it's not. One thing I do want to mention, I know we got to get out of here because I don't think I had the screenshot for it, but what did y'all think? Well, what did y'all think about Shauna telling them, was it Shauna? Yes. Shauna telling them, y'all keep bringing up this daggone, antler, and it was something bigger, and it came back with us. We are the big thing. It's us. This is what we choosing to do. What did y'all think about her saying that?
Right.
I feel like she was on point.
Yeah.
She was on point with everything. And even though Natalie had her little situations too, she was going to therapy trying to get help. Remember when it first started, we saw her where she was trying to figure out where she belongs.
Right.
But she felt like when she was in the wilderness, she was so important. Because remember, she was the first one that knew how to handle a gun.
Right.
She knew how to catch the prey. She knew how to hunt for
them. I know, right? We don't know what happened
to
to Steve. We don't know what happened to the son.
Yes.
They never showed us nothing else with the wife, child.
Exactly. So I hope I wasn't rambling on. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I feel like it did a lot of concentrating on Shauna.
Yeah.
Like they really kind of honed in
I want
on her.
somebody. I want them to. I feel like with this whole season, they focus more on Shauna and Misty.
Yeah.
So I want to see if they focus. I mean, I can't even say that. I'll take that back. Shauna, Misty, and no, Shauna. I'm talking about. They focus more on Shauna
and Ty life, and like in the beginning part of it. Yeah,
in the beginning part of it.
Yeah.
So she done left this girl. We don't even know what's going to happen with her wife. We don't know what's going to happen with her son. That we can't forget about the dog Steve. I'm just saying.
Yes. All right, y'all. So, Moochie, you want to tell them anything before we get out of here? What you got coming up?
All right, check it out, y'all. We doing Thursday Love and Death. We are talking about that. We got some little word scrams. Nita, you want to swing by? I'm gonna send you the link so you can come by and talk about it with us.
What time?
Me 9 p.m. Thursday. It's myself, Tamieka's Den, and EJ. We're gonna be talking about it. And also, we're gonna have some people swinging in hot about it. So when we get behind the scenes, you're gonna let me know where you want to fit in, boo, and we go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much what Moochie said. I'll be there with her on Thursday talking about Love After Death. Wednesday,
Love and Death,
Love and Death, rather. Sisters is Wednesday, so child, I'm gonna be back to that and keep y'all notifications on. I'm still trying to work on some other things behind the scene.
Don't forget she got self-care Saturday this Saturday.
Self-care Saturday will definitely be back this Saturday, and what you should be watching. But I got a couple other things I'm working on, so just be on the lookout, y'all.
What you got going on?
And I'm doing Power Tonight, the season finale at 8:00.
Okay, we all gonna be on there.
Okay.
We are going to be on. Look, it's like, listen, I heard there's teams. I know me and Tamieka on the same team. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all need to tune in to VKJ. Look.
Yes,
we're going to be on VKJ's channel. We all are simultaneously streaming it. So y'all could just check in. My people know I send them that DM. Somebody deleted me like they ain't want me sending it to them, but it's all good. But I'm going to send them the DM. Y'all come through. And we let it do what it do. We gonna have fun tonight, y'all.
Yes.
Damn.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Appreciate y'all.
Damn.
See y'all later. Toodaloo.